Coach Lee after the scrimmage today?
Was this kind of the more competitive display you were looking for defensively?
Yeah, I think so. And again, it's really a kind of this is what coaching's about, right? We saw last scrimmage last week where we needed to make enhancements. I think we all saw that. You guys did too. And that's where we put our focus this week. And I saw improved play on that side of the ball, specifically on the perimeter. There was some nice play down the field on the offense side of the ball, but we had contested catches, and we didn't have the offense behind the defense a bunch, and the perimeter was solidified, and so you saw an absence of the explosives where the ball was just thrown to the flat and turned up. And so I think we matured on defense through the week, but certainly we're not done. We have to use this next week to keep going because this is about playing the best possible Vanderbilt football we can play. I did think on both sides there was good back and forth, and there's a lot to build off of from the day.
London, Humphreys, and Cheryl both made several plays today. What did you see from them?
That's been consistent all camp. So today is no surprise to me. Both of those guys are capable. We're really glad they're here. Both local too, which is a really cool thing. It's been fun for me to see their families at both scrimmages. I think that's again a testament to the potential of this program. We have such a talented local recruiting base here, and when local guys sign up to be a part of this program, they know they're coming to compete at the highest level. They know that they're coming to win and win big at Vanderbilt, and to do that, while their families are a part of it and can be around it, and to represent the city of Nashville. And so, I think both of those guys are on their way to have an impact this season, to impact in winning, and both are at a great foundation point for a career that we knew was possible.
What's kind of their progression plan? How have they picked stuff up, and how have you seen you guys have been able to add more kind of to their plate?
It's like, to their credit, it's like coaching second and third year players. It's not like coaching freshmen. And that's a lot, right? Because the playbook expands, and there's a lot more involved in the offense at this level, but it's also a complement to both their high school programs that are both first-class operations that prepared them really, really well for what is the grind of college football. And I see both those guys ascending here late in camp, and you don't do that without a great foundation. So that both happens for them at home, but it happens for them in their high school experience too.
I'm going to ask you about AJ as well. How much more of a command does he have now than kind of through last year?
It's he was obviously we enjoyed and appreciated his approach last year, but what's happened is he's now has ownership over the offense, so he's getting us out of bad plays into good plays. He's able to make those decisions pre-snap and post-snap, and so every play we have a chance, right? And last year that had to be a little bit more controlled through the coach, and it's not just AJ. I think that entire room, obviously Ken and Walt and Drew, those guys have all demonstrated this, but certainly AJ's a smart player, and that position, when we surround that position with capable skill and offensive line play, which we have, they become a role of facilitating playmaking. And part of that is delivering the ball on time and in rhythm. Another part is just, getting into plays that make the other 10 guys better.
Coach, the explosive plays feel a little bit more consistent. Has that surprised you, or did you expect that from this receiving core this year so far?
We have a good receiving core, and we have good quarterback play, and we have good O-line play, and so that's a good combination to get the ball in the air. I'm glad to see it. I think in spring we were banged up, and so we didn't see the full allotment of our receivers. Obviously, adding the freshmen has been an important part of that too. But yeah, I feel like we know a lot more of the truth about where our team is relative to the teams that we will be measured against, because I see every day it's good on good. That starts in our front and that extends to our perimeter, and that gives us a good barometer of where we are. And obviously still, just like I've always said, this team has got to show up every time we go to play in order to do the things that we've set out to do. Our margins are too thin, and we can't take anything for granted. So we have to have a great finish here to camp this week, and then get laser focused in our prep for Hawaii, because that's a team that's going to come in here with a chip on their shoulder and capable of doing big things themselves.
It seems like
the run blocking maybe has gotten better, but still isn't great. How much of that also is, the defensive line improvement, and just where do you think you guys are at there in terms of run blocking?
I don't think we're too far off from where we were a year ago. Just watching, sometimes I'll reference back just to scrimmage play. Obviously, we were running a little more through the quarterback a year ago, but what I've seen is structured play on defense, which is the point. And we want to be the hardest run defense that our team has to go against, and that's both in the personnel developments we've made, but also ownership over our scheme. I think that in the scrimmage play has made the run game hard offensively. And we're not fully game planning each other either, so there's room there. But I have also seen some really good play from our backs, and so I think we have a number of capable people that will be carrying the ball. I'm excited about that. I know we have a good offensive line because this is a returning group, again, that blocked for a 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. I'm excited to watch Cheeks and Chase and Seti and AJ, really compete here for carries as we finish out camp. And then we have, we've seen good play out of the other guys too, Dylan and Diego. And so it's a good room, and that gives me confidence. The O-line room's really solid, and again, building from where they were a year ago. Again, we'll have to go out and earn it, but I don't lose sleep at night thinking about whether or not we're going to run the ball.
The younger DBs got a lot of chances to play a lot today. What have you seen from their development throughout the fall?
Well, we've made strides. I think this last week was an important week for them, and across the board, all four positions I've seen, obviously because of our soft tissue issues, they've been forced to rep more, and that's been helpful. Particularly at the safety position, I thought this week at the corner position there was a lot of focus on technique, and you guys saw the boxing gloves come out, like how can we win early to win late. And we had a couple penalties down the field today, but it was cleaner, and those penalties weren't on a route that was outrunning us. We were in position, just need to finish a little cleaner. So I think they've developed. Again, I can't stress enough that this was a point of progression for us today, but everything that matters comes after this, because week in and week out we're going to go against teams that are going to put the ball in the air, and we learned last year that if we don't play firm on the perimeter and if we can't cap the ball down the field, you're leaving yourself exposed to long afternoon. So they'll have to keep getting better.
Is the kicker battle pretty much, at least on extra points and field goals, down to Porchilla and Brock Taylor?
I think so. I mean, we want to keep an open mind here this week, but obviously we've started to see some consistent plays with them, and Ferris too. I mean, those three guys have demonstrated some consistency there. Not ready to close the book on that one just yet, but certainly we'll start to narrow our focus and try to put them in situations where they're under some duress and having to perform. But we feel good about where they are. That'll obviously, when you talk about winning the margins, that'll be a big thing for our success this season.
Back to your running back room for a second. How stiff is the competition for reps right now? I know you got 2 weeks to go, but how many guys could you possibly see getting carries against Hawaii?
Well, I think right now you would settle on 3 as the number, just based off, you need those guys to be able to get in a rhythm too, and I think we can pretty much now look at and say, we feel really good about where Cheeks and Chase are, and then it's about those freshmen battling it out to see who fits in third. Obviously, Seti has been with us since the winter. I thought he carried the ball well today. He's really solid in pass pro too. And AJ's come on here in camp. I mean, he's we see home run potential in him. You guys have seen that watching practice. He's hit over 20 miles an hour in pads. I mean, he can run. So giving him some time to develop, but starting to clear up a picture where you're going to have 3 guys that are contributing to the win, and over time we'll need a 4th. And if situations call for more, they call for more. We'll stick and move with that as we go.
All right.
Thanks, guys. One more.
One quick one.
Last
Just
one.
Yeah.
how's it going to work with the scoreboards during the game out here for people
Well,
to know what's going on?
I'm going to have you guys doing a manual turn. I'm just kidding.
Giant eraser boards and
No,
stuff.
yeah. we'll have a video board. I believe it'll be in the south end, and it'll be suspended on cranes, and it'll be, I think, a similar size to the size of the baseball screen. So it'll be big enough to function at a high level. And so really, I'm not concerned about anything about that. Obviously, we got the goalpost in, which was nice today. Aria, you asked about that. It was fun to be out here today. I got to say, I've watched this from my office. I've kind of, without knowing it, really been anxious to get out here and see what it feels like. And it feels like progress. The field was in good shape. They've done a great job keeping up as they peeled it back and had to work. We'll do some cleaning up of some of the things on the periphery, but this was a great day back on our home turf, and we'll be excited to fight out here as the season gets going.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach.
Seats been sold?
The bulldozer seats, I think that's a good idea. I like that, but yeah, I'm afraid we'd have to clear a few too many hurdles for that. So, thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.